So at some point, we get a couple more people in here. And by a couple, I mean any. I will be doing a few tutorials, and then, I don't know, maybe I'll make some food again. Let you guys be a part of that. Because apparently the prison cooking's been doing well. Damn it. I got too many knives on the floor. Currently. Yes, dude, left-handed Z choker, that's what I'm talking about. Let's do right-handed. Hell yeah. Aries, aren't you supposed to be sleeping? Oh, you guys are together. Hell yeah, how's it going, everybody? Yeah, but I've only not been live for like an hour, if that. We're gonna act like I didn't just drop that, even though it's gonna happen all goddamn stream. You don't do the sleep, as if that's like a hobby. That's something we all gotta do, unfortunately. Ooh. Come on, come on. Jesus. People were pissed that like they didn't stick around yesterday during that live to find. Jeez. People were pissed that they didn't get to see me actually like eat that burrito yesterday. But I'm like, you know, you can always go back and rewatch it. I ate like 3 burritos, I think, honestly. And it was good. For what it was. I've definitely made significantly worse prison burritos or jail burritos, whatever you want to call them. You've slept 2 hours in the past 8 days. Oh, okay. How you doing, Quinn? Double audio. Love that. Come on. You bastard. I'll take it. So, I want to teach a few tricks to you guys today. Who's all in here? Who's all in here? I'm doing good. Because I'm with you guys. Sorry, did I lose? I gotta get my small water bottle. I'll be right back. Hold on. It's pretty tiny. And yes, it's sweatpants season. I think these are Pumas, actually. Because I'm classy. It's no big deal, really. Had to get my tiny water bottle. Fucker. We gonna try that one again. I realize you guys probably didn't see that, because for some reason when I do Z chokers, I flick my hand out. Come on, you bastard. This Zolo has been kind of addicting me lately. It's like my favorite knife, but there we go. Best water bottle for my type of work. Yeah, no, that's exactly when I did landscaping, man, there wasn't a big enough water bottle. And I miss that, honestly. Maybe I should do some landscaping again. Very gratifying work. Plus, I am confused. Of course you are. No, I mean, it's just, I mean, if you're outside, like, in a hot environment, then, um, sorry, I'm reading a message from my older brother, Ryan. They went on a trip to Los Angeles, and then, so his boyfriend, Mark, is like, yes, they're gay, and it's okay. Do you want to know why? Because I love him to death, and he's still the same person he's always been. But they went to Los Angeles. His boyfriend Mark is taking a job. He like deals crypto and stuff like that. But they went to like Oregon or something. Took like really cool pictures. Looks so pretty. They have a dog named Merlin, and I don't remember what kind of dog he is, but he is such a good boy, such a handsome man. Yeah, you are the devil of ramen, the ramen demon, the ramen damen. So what's everybody doing for dinner tonight? That's what I want to know, because I think I might be making another meal with you guys, since that worked so well yesterday. Cough, cough, ouch. But I think I want to do a dessert. Honestly, I've got all these apples, these big freaking apples. That's a big apple. And I have a leftover donut, so could make like a mini pie. My favorite though is cheesecake. Every time I tell my mom to make cheesecake, she doesn't. And then our relationship just gets farther and farther apart. All because she has been making me cheesecake. That's another thing you guys want to get to my heart. Cheesecake. Cheesecake or steak and potatoes. Or beef stew. Love, that's like one of my favorite things to make is beef stew. Especially like around this time of year. Love it. Your parents were gay? Nothing wrong with that. See, I don't mind people being lesbian or gay just because, you know, you're still being yourself. It's when people start altering their bodies and turning into the opposing gender where it gets a little wishy-washy with me. I support LGBTQ. Again, what's up? How's it going, Spears? Rafi? But yeah, I mean, I support gays, I support lesbians. I think that you should be able to be whoever it is that you want to be. The trans community just gets me a little worried though, just because they're pushing that on younger people. You have parents that, if they have like a gay kid or somebody, you know, who is just confused, they like kind of brainwash them a little bit, and schools are starting to do that. So that's why it's important that you guys, if you're able to vote, you do, because the last thing you want is to have kids that are being told what they should be instead of finding out for themselves. And that's one of my biggest fears as Nova's dad, is that I'll have to fight a drag queen that shows up as like I've seen schools do that where they have people like drag queens come and like visit a school, and I'm just like, I don't know if that's appropriate, you know, like maybe gym class is what they should be focusing on, or like social studies, but you know, they're pushing a narrative that they want. So, oh yeah, yeah, you can back. You're a moderator. You can do whatever you want. Shit, dude. What's everybody doing for dinner tonight? Maz Daddy likes to know these things. Plus, it gives me ideas too. Ooh, that was a nice one. Sheesh. And just like that, talking a little LGBTQ, and people just disperse. I thought you said chicken porn at first. I was like, what? I've considered it. No, I'm just joking. I mean, Balisong Daddy's like, I'm the only person that does that hashtag. So if you're ever looking for my content, chances are you look up hashtag Balisong Daddy, you're gonna find my shit. Um, Chicken, mashed potatoes, and corn. Grandma knows how to make some food. Hell yeah. Um, I had a. I just smacked the fuck out of my knuckle. Pardon my Aramaic. Jesus. Um, Someone didn't like me calling you that. Haha. Oh, I'm sure. Well, it's a lot different. See, I tell this to all the girls in the funniest, most honest way. You can't choose who your father is, but you can always pick your daddy. And you already picked one. Balisong Daddy's just like uh, my hashtag, so to speak. Otherwise, the only people I allow me to call daddy is somebody if I'm dating or Nova. Only two. Only two. And a few guy friends if we're drinking and fucking around, but otherwise, yeah. I mean, I'm comfortable with my sexuality. I'm a dad, so being called a dad or a daddy is not the worst thing in the world. If it's somebody else's kids calling me that, a little worrisome. But then again, not everybody. Like I dated somebody who had 4 kids. The oldest was 16, 2 twins that were 11, and then the youngest who was 6. And all good kids, but they just didn't have any like positive male role models in their life that were sticking around. So they were very quick to call me like dad and stuff like that, and that kind of stuff can scare somebody away, especially in like the early phases of dating. But like I also understood where they were coming from, and we have to consider is if they're comfortable enough with you to even consider you that. Um, that's good. You're doing something right, and that's always my goal. If I'm dating somebody and they have kids, I always try to treat them as if they're my own. You also have to know the background and kind of feel feel things out a little bit, so to speak, just because you don't want to like step on toes if the father is involved. But if the dad isn't involved at all, I mean, it's understandable why some people want to call you that. But absurdity is yes. If you want me to be a dad, I can be a father figure. I have no problem doing so. That's the reason that I like this platform. Is if you guys have questions, like I'll obviously do my absolute best to give you the most productive and positive answer I can and help you guys through something. Just because, I mean, I'm not an old geezer, but I'm also not a young spry chicken like I used to be. I'm 33, so I've got a couple years of experience that I could probably give you guys some advice from. I've done a lot of bad stuff, so if I can help you guys avoid those, you know, situations and circumstances, then I'll absolutely give you the best advice I possibly can. It would be a disappointment to myself to not be able to help you guys in the way that I try to and can. Like with Dog Lover, I hate hearing that he's going through shit, that he's getting bullied. And if I had the option, I would just adopt you guys and keep you safe, you know? But unfortunately, I can't do that. Plus, a lot of times people have parents that they're either at an age where it's just confusing for them and they just don't know how to, you know, explain to their parents what they're feeling or going through as a kid. So that can be tough as well. Huh, you look up to me. I appreciate that. Yeah, I know you were adopted. I know that much. And what is the important question? I can't be your mom. I already have a feeling I know what the question's going to be. Does it involve your wedding? I absolutely would. You want me to give you away to old Quinn? Old Quinn, like he's so much older. No, I would be honored, honestly. If you would like me to show up at your wedding, be there for you guys. I would absolutely, and that goes for any of my subscribers. You guys want me to, again, if you guys want to do a meet and greet soon, we can always figure that out. It's going to be a little harder come winter time, but I think that'd be super cool. And yes, I would absolutely be honored to do that. And no, I'm not charging people for meet and greets. That's something that I'm going to do because that would be a cool experience for me to meet my subscribers, my viewers, my YouTube family, as well as you guys be able to like hands-on mess with the knives that I have, or I can teach you guys stuff, show you tricks, stuff like that. I just think it'd be a cool experience. But I think that the coolest thing we should do is do a meet and greet camping trip. I think that'd be so fucking cool. Because then you're just outside in the elements. We get to like make fires and stuff, gather wood, you know, just like do some team building exercises, I guess. I think that'd be really cool. Yep, 33 and 24 are a slight difference. Nova's mom is 25, 25 or 26. And I met her when she was 19 originally, and then we got together when she was 21, I think. I think she had just turned 21 at the time. And I believe I was 28, something like that. You guys will always have me. Come on. We're family. Hashtag MazFam. Every time I say that, it feels like a weird like Deadpool quote or something like that. It is. It's so weird not wearing a hat. I'm so used to just having a hat on my head at all times. Like, I'll fall asleep with a hat on sometimes. Now, do you guys like have plans for the wedding? Have you guys like looked at venues or anything like that? My sister and her husband got married. Well, we were camping at it's a place called Bong in Illinois. It's like a campground, like forest preserve kind of thing, and that's where my sister's husband proposed, which was super cool that I got to be a part of that. And then he asked me to stand up in the wedding, and the gift that he gave me, all the groomsmen got a gift, and because Ben is like me, he's a knife guy. Where is it? I don't know where it's at, but I know that I have it. It's a buck knife, and it's got the engagement date, which was in 2016, and where the fuck is that knife? I have it, just don't know exactly where at this moment in time, but it is like one of my most prized possessions just because it was given to me by my sister's husband. I was able to stand up in his wedding with him, be a part of it, which was very surreal and very cool. It was my first time standing up in a wedding. And buck, yeah, that's the style of knife. I'm gonna turn the light on. It's gonna piss me off. I gotta find it. I have it here. I was going through all my knives the other day, but it's just like when I'm looking at my Pelican case in the dark, it's hard to tell if there's anything in there or nothing in there. It is definitely not in the Pelican case, so it might be over here. Yep, it's right here. So this is, and again, this is a Bally boot. In case anybody was wondering, I was trying to tell you guys that one of these vape bands can double as a Bally boot. When I say that, Bally boot does this, so you can have a Balisong in your pocket. You can clip it on your keychain. This thing will not drop. They hold on to your knives pretty well, and that's why I like these. These are expensive, though, for what they are. You can get these from Flytanium.com. I think they sell 3 packs. They come with these little fly beads, which I'm obsessed with. They're so cute. I just love the Flytanium logo itself. I'd like to get a tattoo of a little guy like this by my eye, like a teardrop almost. I think that'd be so cool. Sponsor me, Flytanium, you bastards. Anyways, this is a buck knife. It's a very old school kind of thing. It's got my name, Matthew. And then, actually, I will clean this up with you guys since I have a pad. So I'll do one side, and you guys will see the difference real quick. So another way you can clean up brass in a very, very easy manner is with vinegar. You can do ketchup. Ketchup does a wonderful job because it's got vinegar in it as well. Another thing you want to make sure you're doing is going in one direction, like the band. So, the top is freshly polished, the bottom is not. Okay, so this side compared to this side, pretty dull. And this side actually has the engraving on there, so. But very cool. I don't know exactly how much it costed him to get these engraved, but they look fantastic. And my dad got one of these, my brother Ryan got one, I got one, his friend Gertie and Trav got one. Basically all the best, man. Just like that. Dull on the bottom on this side still, but you can just see pretty decent difference. But this is a buck knife in general. Very reliable knives. I think they were originally made for like skinning deer, hunting purposes, stuff like that, but very reliable knives. They also have automatic ones now, which are absolutely insane. Very, very cool. And this is a 3M. It's like a certain grit, like SOS pad kind of deal. I use those for if I get any rust on my Damascus blades or any of my my knives in general. If I'm painting, stuff like that. You can use, otherwise if I'm sharpening any knives, I use this, my travel sharpener. It is by Worksharp, that's the company name. And it comes with a rough side diamond grinder, or not grinder, stone, technically. It's not a stone, it's metal, but you have a rough grit, and then you have a smooth one that I have inside the my Flytanium travel case, just because I have my carbon sharpener, which is just amazing. This thing is what I'll use to dull knives. The company's Corona. But what it does is, this is a very hard carbon steel. It's harder than most materials, which means it can remove any material that is softer than itself. So if I wanted to sharpen a knife, what I have to do is make sure that I find the edge and just give it a little lift. Works really good. This thing is something that's very, very lightweight, put in your pocket. It has this little cover. There's definitely a lot of versions of this thing, but I'm sure you guys have seen where there's a guy at a table at a knife store or a knife show, and he's like, oh man, this knife is dull as shit, and then he pulls something out and it goes, and then he's cutting like paper with it. See, the exact same concept. This I think I got for $7 on Amazon. You can get a few of these in case you lose one. They last forever. Softer material knives, a lot easier to work with when it comes to sharpening. Yeah, what would you say to a balisong with antler handles? I feel like that would be hard to... I would have to buy it. I probably wouldn't be able to make it, but it's definitely doable. Thank you, Quinn. Don't tell him, but for Xmas, I was thinking. You know, everything you write, anybody else can see, right? It's not just me. It would be beautiful, yeah, but you got to figure when it comes to a balisong, you need it to be even. So finding two pieces of antler that are even for flipping and stuff like that. I'm not saying you can't do it. As a matter of fact, they sell a lot of like old school balisongs like that aren't meant for flipping, where they have the latch. You can still buy those, and a lot of those have bone handles that are very, very unique and very cool. I don't know how much those cost, but that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. You'd think the turnout here for these lives would be a lot better. I mean, let's do the math here. 1,030 subscribers, okay? Everybody gets notified when I go live. So I think it boils down to, I love you guys too. I think it boils down to just like timing, honestly. Still debating on if I'm going to take you guys for a walk with me. If I get more subscribers that are, following in this chat, then I'll probably take you guys for a little walk ski over by the river. Because fucking why not? I'm just not dressing up. I'm going to stay in my super fit. I might change my hoodie. That's about it though. I guess I kind of match, just different shades of green. I'm like a weird Christmas tree. And I actually got this shirt from an ex-girlfriend. Really like this shirt a lot, that's why I still wear it. And I miss her dearly. I miss her dearly. She fucking hates me, but unfortunately, she thinks that I do weird and crazy shit. But and mind you, sometimes I have my questionable moments. But she was somebody that I care a lot about, and same with her kids too. I got really close with her kids, and it was just nice to have because I have a son that I don't see, so it was very cool to be able to be around boys and like kind of watch them grow and like how they operate, Yeah, no, I'm even if nobody was in this chat with me, if you guys were not, I'd still do a live for X amount of time, just because again, not everybody's able to be here for these lives when I'm doing them, unfortunately. So I do what I can, try to stick around as long as I can. Like yesterday was crazy. That was like 4 hours and 25 minutes or something like that. Probably the longest live I've done in a while. Yeah, see, this is a soft material. Chicago cutlery. I'm sure it won't show up. Very light. One of my favorite small knives. I'll take this with me camping. And that's one of my favorite things to do is camp outside and cook over a fire. If you've ever had a steak over like a cast iron skillet, oh, just incredible. We there's a rocket stove that I have too that's over at my sister's house that we used, and that thing is incredible. You just like load sticks in a diagonal. It looks like it's a square tube, and then it goes out for airflow, and then there's a diagonal portion where you put sticks in, and then the fire comes out the top. Very unique. I think I got it for like 50 to 75 bucks. Used it once, and I love it. I'd recommend it for anybody, especially if like you can't have like a fire pit in your yard. That's something you can just pick up sticks, load it in there, and it's gonna work. Very cool concept, honestly. Don't eat my arm, because how am I gonna flip knives? Period. Well, I could do it with my left now, but still. Don't eat my arm. Yeah, right. What are you teaching over there, Quinn? Jeez. Hannibal Lecter, you got to get her that mask. Just wheel her out to like the meet and greets. You got her like on one of those like dollies, just like all strapped up. The Hannibal Lecter mask on her. Those are actually called spit hoods, because believe it or not, if people get incarcerated and they're all screwed up and fucked up, they're like spitting on people. So are you guys physically together right now? Demon leaves that one down now. Because if that's the case, why don't you guys make some food? Oh. You guys live pretty close to each other, though, right? And how is everybody else doing in this chat? I know it's always just me, Aries, and Quinn that are always talking, but you guys have a voice, and I'm sure it's gorgeous. Like the songbird of your generation. You can use it. Oh, that's why. She wants her cuddles. So like how far do you guys live from one another? Like what's the drive in order to go see one another? Because that's what sucks about Wisconsin. Everything is like far. Like a half an hour drive is a short period of time when it comes to like a commute, which kind of sucks. That's not terrible. I mean, if it's worth the drive, that's the most important thing. If you can afford the gas, you know. And how long have you guys been dating? You guys still doing the honeymoon phase? Which I consider like 3 to 6 months. He's here in spirit. I can feel him all over me. Pause. 5 months on the 5th. Awesome. Congrats, you guys. Best advice I can give. There's going to be arguments over the stupidest stuff. Why? I don't know. That's just how relationships are. Unfortunately, when you love somebody, you want to be heard and stuff like that. Just give each other your space if you need it. You guys just got to be patient with one another, because if you guys do truly like and love one another, you're gonna have a lot more hardships down the road. And you guys aren't even living together. When me and Nova's mom got together, we moved in like that, and it surprisingly wasn't the worst thing in the world. She was very clean. She did laundry for me, like stuff like that. I shouldn't have taken for granted, and I regret a lot of the choices that I've made that got me and her to actually split, because she's a great gal. She really is, and she's a fantastic mom. Very seldom do I date somebody like, and here's my type. I go for parents because I'm a parent myself. So, what's special this weekend, Matt? Stargazing and Comet, a rare one coming around. What? See, that's another thing that I like about camping is I get to just stare at stars. You're usually pretty far, like where I go, even at my parents' trailer where I used to go, and they're selling it. So that's, and I'm not allowed there anywhere because I pulled a gun on somebody, and that's frowned upon, believe it or not. So, but you know what? Let me tell you the story since we're here. Made a prison burrito yesterday. Let's dive right into it. So, my parents have a trailer at Bark River Campground in Sullivan, Wisconsin. And me and Shine would go up there a lot just because it's good to see them. They wanted to see, you know, their daughter-in-law at this point. We were engaged, and Cheyenne was pregnant with my daughter Nova. I don't specifically remember how far along she was, but we would go to the trailer and like we'd walk through the river, we'd pick shells, and it was just like it was a really romantic like kind of situation. And I always tried to be as good to her as I could. And as a guy, we always try to be manly, but like I'm a lover, I'm a cuddle nugget. I need my snugs, you know. So being single sucks, but at the same time, don't just date somebody because you want snuggles. Date somebody because you're ready. Back to the story though. So we were there, and I remember that Cheyenne was pregnant enough to where you could tell she had a baby growing inside of her tummy, you know. So my parents are Site 1, and they live right next to the owner's house, so they're pretty close with the owner of the campground. And what had happened was, we were on the golf cart. I was driving, and there's like trails and stuff that lead you around it's like a trailer park campground, but it's got tons of trailers, RVs and stuff like that. So there's always people drinking and driving on these golf carts, just kind of being an ass. And this dude came out of like nowhere and almost T-boned us on the side where Cheyenne's at. And I had sorry, a Austrian Glock 17 Gen 4 on my hip. And without even hesitating, they were coming and I just pulled it and just aimed it. Like Cheyenne's face was right here and my arm was like on her nose with the handgun. Needless to say, he stopped. But like I'm a papa bear. That's how I am. I just like will not tolerate people doing stupid shit when it comes to me, my family, my kids, the people I love. That's why I take you guys seriously when you come here. If you guys have problems, obviously I'll try to help you through them. But so word traveled around the trailer that some guy pulled a gun on somebody, and I was like, "What? That's crazy. Who did that?" And then my mom went around telling people that I was an off-duty police officer, and that was my police-issued sidearm, which it wasn't. Believe it or not, I am not a person who can legally obtain or buy firearms currently, um, and that's just because like I got in trouble with guns a lot. Being from Illinois, you tend to just do what the culture is telling you. But yeah, no problem. You guys do everything you got to do. If you guys leave, I'm still going to be alive. Believe it or not, I'll survive. But yeah, that was a sketchy situation. Um, love you. You guys be safe. If I see you, I see. If I don't, I don't. No biggie. Again, these lives are going to be posted anyways, so people can always watch them after the fact. Ooh. Oh yeah. Another time I pulled a gun on somebody. uh, yeah. Wasn't always the best kid, put it that way. But flipping ballot songs definitely kept me out of trouble, kept me off drugs, kept me focused on something. And what's nice is there's a community of people that do the same thing. So it's very refreshing when you can talk about subjects with very similar, like minded individuals. And that's why I take the YouTube thing so seriously, is because I'm not making money off of it by any means, but it's a nice thing where people don't have to worry, where I have moderators that I trust, where you guys can come in here and tell me about stuff and not have to worry about judgment. And if people do judge you, I'll fucking eliminate them because I'm not going to tolerate that. I want everybody that's a part of this whole thing to, you know, feel appreciated and not like your voice doesn't matter, because it absolutely does. Again, yesterday I was live for almost 5 hours, just talking, made food, ate in front of you guys. Want you guys to be involved because this isn't just my channel. Anybody that's a subscriber to me has equal rights to my channel as far as I'm concerned, and you also have a say so in what becomes of the channel, which is what's cool about it. Ooh, that was nasty. Ooh, that left hand. Come on, let me get that Z choker. Fucker. Ah, we'll get it. Maybe. But yeah, the whole idea of this channel is to give you guys a platform to where you have a say so in like the content that I create. Knives you guys would like me to see, or that you guys would like to see me either purchase, review. That's why I'm trying to get sponsored too, so that way I don't have to keep dropping $500 for a new knife every time I want to get one, you know. I also haven't bought any new knives in almost a year at this point, so it's kind of one of those things where the channel has been going through some transitioning, I guess, but it's not the worst thing in the world. It's just been slow due to like everything going on in my life with like court stuff. Being a dad also takes a toll, but I try to involve Nova in the channel too. She likes, when she sees me filming, she likes hearing, you know, the appreciation that I show her off to you guys. And the reason I do that is I want you guys to see inside of my life, just not all, you know, flipping Balak songs and, you know, just knife related content. But it's a cool concept. I just like the fact that that the channel's actually, you know, gaining some traction. It's only been 6 years of me doing the same shit essentially. But again, that's why I like the giveaways too, is because it promotes my channel. It also gives you guys an opportunity to, you know, win stuff that you otherwise normally either wouldn't be able to get due to the price, or, you know, some states have different laws, rules, regulations as far as firearms, weapons, knives, stuff like that. So, and yeah, I mean, there's some knives that I have that I don't even know if they make anymore. Again, I just realized the other day when I was talking to Damn Right I Got Knives on Instagram, who's where I got my my TOA Hades from, and that's because he runs Shop Sowet or Sister Sowet, which is a incredible online forum and website for you guys to purchase stuff, find out new knives that are coming out. He goes live on Instagram. He has a YouTube channel, which is Damn Right I Got Knives, and really cool dude, really down to earth. But I think there's one more TOA Hades that he has. Again, there's only 200 of these. I've got 103. Same thing with what else do I got that's limited? My Tater Song. I made 500 of these. I got 299. And this thing is just too sharp to even flip half the time. Really good knife, but I mean it's one that makes me nervous a lot. Good knife, but scares me. Even doing Z chokers with that thing, man. Sketchy. But yeah, I got my TOA Hades from Shop Sowet, as well as my my beautiful LDY Aquatic, and both are just like tanks of knives. On the heavier end, both actually, these are probably about the same height now that I'm looking at them. I think that the Aquatic is just slightly taller, but beautiful knife, man. This thing was built like a absolute tank. Both of these were. This one is just more rare, I think. This one I think cost me almost $500. Worth it, yes, because it is a sandwich construction, titanium handled. It just sounds incredible no matter what you're doing with it. Unless you're missing, then you're gonna have a bad time. Trust me, fellas. And anybody that isn't aware, this is the third knife that is going to be part of the giveaway. So it's both my Canyons, my Navalis Canyons, and then this guy, which is a Blurple. Oh, it's such a nice knife. A little heavier. Sounds amazing. The acoustics for sound checks are just spot on. Ooh, almost cut my finger off that time. Very smooth. Absolutely no tap at all with this one. And I've had this one for a little over a year. And speed channels, again, the color, I call it Blurple. It's a very cool anodized color. It has this at the bottom of the tang because it has internal Zen pins built into the handles, which means you're going to get a lot of life out of this, as opposed to my Frankenforged, which that thigh gap's going to close quicker than any other ones. Great knife too, but this one is more expensive than, but Frankenforge is also a smaller Balisong company. The dude running it, he's a young person. Like, I think he's probably 21, 22 at this point, and I'm very amazed at all the progress that he's made from starting that company to where he's at now. Because now they have trainers of that. So, but this is part of the giveaway. This Novalis Canyon, and then where did the other one go? Here it is, and then just a plain canyon. So these are the three winners. I have to pick a third winner since the one who was picked wanted me to choose somebody else, since he says that there's people less fortunate, which is probably one of the coolest things I've had somebody do in front of me in a really long time. So tonight I'll be picking that third person to win this. So if you guys or anybody you know would be interested in entering this giveaway, all you have to do is subscribe. And I still have one knife that I have to give away and pick because two people have been picked. Chance is the one that was giving up his spot, which is, again, pretty noble. So, yeah, anybody want to talk about anything in particular? Or should I just wrap it up? Or I might just go live on Instagram. Just because Facebook doesn't really give me too much traction anyways. Plus, nobody ever watches my lives on Facebook unless it's like days later or something like that. But yeah, if nobody else has anything to say, like I said, any people that aren't subscribed, subscribe so you can enter the giveaways. Like I said, I still have one knife to give away, and I have to pick another person to be a winner. So I'll be doing that here shortly, and then I'll announce a new winner. But you guys have a good rest of your day. Like I said, I would have done this a little bit longer. It's just when people aren't going to talk on here, it's just me talking to myself. So I appreciate you guys. Love you. Like, share, subscribe. Like I said, if you want to enter the giveaways, you have to be subscribed. That's the only rule, essentially. And I pick the people that are subscribed based on the engagement. So if you guys are subscribed and don't talk ever or don't comment or anything like that, chances are you might not get picked. You can, it's just you have a lot less of a chance of getting picked in that situation. So I'll be announcing the third winner at some